kasi naayos in preparation for the Futsal World Cup. Yeah.
I love playing futsal. Check, remember those days when we were in college?
Oh.
Wait. Sean was, I think, team manager
Of futsal?
of the men's football team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had
in
the co-ed
I think, ah.
Yes, I
If
was,
I remember
was.
correctly.
Bakit siya
Yes.
team manager ng men's?
Bakit
Para hindi ako kailangan mag-PE.
Bakit hindi?
Hindi, baka...
Exempted
wala.
ka because you're like part of the team.
Hindi, baka
But I'm not a man, so I couldn't.
But there's women's futsal
We
there.
had a co-ed league for fun in school. Basta may mga rules lang, like dapat babae yung una makascore.
Okay.
May mga ganun.
So I used to play. I could not manage.
Alright. Very interesting. We got a lot on the show. You got a lot on the show. A lot of things happening. Ang daming mga pasabog sa mundo nyo. Sa mundo naman ng sports, well, of course, big story, LeBron James finally making his debut in the NBA. Thank you once again. Great show to Reg, to Sean, and to Pauline, the big story. As I said, LeBron James, the king, making his much-awaited debut in the NBA, plus 3 Gilas Pilipinas hopefuls getting their naturalization process going.
And we've got crucial games on tap in the UAAP Season 88 men's and women's basketball tournament.
I was just watching the UP Ateneo game. What a game that was. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton-Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy Lee, let it! Mr. Moves puts it on. Unbelievable! Gemma on the left side. Oh, look at! Stuck in another one! Bakunas rejecting Esteban for the
Let's kick off the show with year 23 for number 23. And it begins with a bang. The Los Angeles Lakers welcome back the king, LeBron James, with a win over the Utah Jazz. King James finally making his much-awaited season debut after missing the Lake Show's preseason and first 14 regular season games due to a sciatica. By seeing action today, LeBron set a new record for the most seasons played in NBA history. The 40-year-old superstar made his mark in the second half against the Jazz. His playmaking sparked a 37-27 third quarter in favor of the Lakers, who had been trailing as many as 11 points early on. The purple and gold eventually took the win, 140-126 at home. LeBron finished with 11 points and 12 assists in 30 minutes of action. Luka Doncic also made sure that the Kings' return would not come in vain. Luka Magic went off for 37 markers, including 17 in that pivotal third to go along with 5 boards and 10 dimes. The Lakers now improved to 11 wins and 4 losses, while the Jazz fall to 5 victories and 9 defeats.
Yeah, I think in the third quarter we play our game. Everybody's enjoying it. We shared the ball. We scored a lot of points, playing defense. So that third quarter was happy for everybody.
Look, I mean, you and LeBron have a lot in common basketball-wise, the way that you see the game. How did you think it was going to go with him integrating, and especially after all?
Friend.
He called you a friend. You're friends, right?
He wants to be my friend, but I'm not allowing it.
All right, fair enough. I'll reiterate the question. Just integrating LeBron back into this group. What's been the key, and how easy did you expect it was going to go?
It's great. It's been a long time since he played basketball. So I think for first game he looked amazing. He's gonna keep getting in rhythm. He's gonna help us a lot.
All right. So Austin just came over and said hello. What does he need to do for you to accept him as a friend?
Nothing. He can't do nothing.
All right, one more for you. What do you guys need to do now? You got a couple more days of rest before we go to Utah, then a bunch of games at home. Do you feel like this could be a good stretch for you as a team?
I love it. It's always good to be home. Had some tough games. I mean, I don't really know what games will come now, but I know we go Utah, come back, so we need to rest these 3-4 days and get our energy back up.
Meantime, the San Antonio Spurs secure a gutsy win over the Memphis Grizzlies. The Spurs leaned on their veterans in a huge fourth quarter to beat the Grizz 111-101. Harrison Barnes scored 7 straight points to give San Antonio a 107-101 lead with less than a minute to go. Barnes finished with 23 points on 9 of 14 shooting. De'Aaron Fox added a team-high 26 markers, while Keldon Johnson added 18. They filled in for Victor Wembanyama, who's out with a left calf strain, as well as Stephon Castle, who just suffered a left hip flexor strain. The two young stars are both expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks. Memphis was also without Ja Morant, who's dealing with his own strained calf. The Spurs are now 10-4 in the season, while the Grizzlies stumble to a 4-11 slate.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you always, anytime you go to the gym, you always just, work to be in those positions. You may not be in those positions for 30 games, right? But it's like you just always, work to just have that ready and available. And I think for us, especially, one thing we're focusing on is just trying to just move the basketball, do it as a collective, see what happens, see, who gets the shot. KJ drives, I get a wide open three. He drives again, he gets a wide open layup, right? It's just doing it as a collective and just trying to figure out ways, these different lineups of how we can win. I think it's crediting our depth. I mean, Kelly stepping up lately, you know what I mean? Playing a lot more minutes, he's been great. Luke, obviously, taking on a different responsibility. He's been great. David Jones-Garcia coming in, giving us, energy, lifting minutes. Jeremy, Julian, obviously KJ. There's just a bunch of people right now who I think are doing more. And so I think it's hard to compare last year to this year. But I think this year, that's the biggest thing that we're all appreciating is just everyone's approach to being ready when their number's cold.
From the West, let's move to the Eastern Conference now as the red-hot Detroit Pistons extend their win streak to 11 games at the expense of the Atlanta Hawks. Motor City dominated the first half, then cruised its way to a 120-112 victory. Cade Cunningham finally coming back from a hip contusion. The former number 1 pick tallied 25.6 boards and 10 assists. He is the first player in Pistons history to record 25-plus points with 10-plus assists in 5 consecutive games played. Jalen Duren added 24 markers on 8 out of 12 shooting to go along with 8 boards. The Pistons currently have the longest winning streak in the NBA, and they continue to lead the Eastern Conference with 13 wins and 2 losses. Meanwhile, the Hawks settled for 9 victories and 6 setbacks.
I'll say it over and over again. We go as our defense goes. And, there was a stretch there where we just weren't getting it done defensively, giving them too many opportunities, catch and shoot threes, cuts to the basket. And then, again, we decided to do what we do best, and that's guard. And when we do that, it triggers our offense, and it gave us an opportunity to create some separation. A willingness to do whatever it takes. The ability not to fold and fragment when things get rough. A determination when things get the muddiest and get the stickiest. They just know how to play through those moments and power through those moments. They relish in the ability to dig down deep and go places that other people just don't want to go. And I think that's why we've had, the run that we've had is because of their willingness to do just whatever it takes to get the win and be as nasty as we need to be.
3 more NBA games today. Here's a look at the scores. 6 players from the Orlando Magic score at least 13 points in a 121-113 win over the Golden State Warriors. Jaylen Brown stars with 29 points as the Boston Celtics clobber the Brooklyn Nets 113-99. And lastly, Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns breeze past the Portland Trailblazers 127-110. Here at home, crucial games in the UAAP men's and women's basketball tournaments. We've got the latest scores and updates next as the race to the Final Four continues to heat up. Play-by-play will be right back here on One News.
Joining us here on Play-by-Play only on One News. Let's go to the UAAP as the UP Fighting Maroons take a twice-a-beat edge in the Final Four of the men's basketball tournament in Season 88. The defending champs claiming the incentive after an exciting come-from-behind win over the Ateneo Blue Eagles in the Battle of Katipunan just finished moments ago. UP fought back from as many as 16 points down for the 79-75 victory at the Mall of Asia Arena. The Fighting Maroons started the game cold with just 7 points in the first period, and they didn't turn the tide until the fourth when team captain Jerry Abadiano took over. Abadiano finished with 18.16 in the pivotal payoff period. Francis Noruca filled the stat sheet with 17 markers, 15 boards, 2 steals, and 4 huge blocks. UP now has 10 wins against 3 losses after its 6th straight victory. Ateneo, meanwhile, suffers its 7th defeat in 12 games, a huge hit in its quest to return to the Final Four.
Ateneo and UP's women's teams are facing off to close out the UAAP game day. A low-scoring first quarter here with both teams shooting under 40%. After the opening period, Ateneo with a slim 2-point lead, 18-16. Things remain tight in the second quarter. At the half, it's 38-36 in favor of the Blue Eagles. Ateneo looking to secure a Final Four berth for the 4th straight year, while UP is trying to avoid official elimination from contention.
Back to men's play as the Adamson Soaring Falcons stay alive in the Final Four race after a wild ending against the De La Salle Green Archers. Adamson actually led 61-55 inside the last 2 minutes, but missed chances including an Ojarikre blown dunk opened the door for DLSU. Then this man right here, Jacob Cortez and Earl Abadam combined for a 5-0 run to cut the deficit to just a single point with 25 ticks to go. Luis Pablo then broke the Falcons' set play for a Matty Erolon 3, giving the Archers that final possession. But instead of attacking a 3-on-2 break, Abadam opted for a pull-up and missed the triple. Adamson escapes with a win, 61-60, a heartbreak for La Salle here. Their head coach, Adamson's head coach, Nash Rosella, then went on a lively celebration right in front of the La Salle crowd. It was a physical and emotional battle with several technical and flagrant fouls called all throughout the game. Here's Rosella talking about Adamson's huge win and a slow scuffle with La Salle's Mike Phillips.
We're just happy to be still alive. No, we made it clear in the dugout that if we want to live another day, then we have really no choice but to win the game. I think from their end, Salazar, it's the same mentality that they have, no, because they're playing still UP. So this is the game that they would want to win. So sabi namin, in the end, it will just boil down to whoever wants it more. Wala naman, sinabihan ako ni Phillips, tumahimik ka muna, coach. Yun lang naman ang sinabi niya. So parang, I was really surprised because he talks a lot about God. No, and all of a sudden, lumabas yun sa bibig niya. So, but I understand, that's a spur of the moment thing. No? So emotion niya siguro yun. So maybe he felt that that's what they needed to get the victory. No? So yeah, he'll siguro if ever, I don't know if he was wrong during that time or not, pero if ever he was, then I'm sure he will realize that. And he has his Lord to ask forgiveness for, di ba? So lahat naman tayo pinagpapatawad ng Panginoon pag nagkakamali tayo, no? So
Erolon top scored for the Falcons with 18 points. Adamson now climbs to 6-7, still outside the Final Four, but very much in the running as the Elims near their end. La Salle, meanwhile, drops to 6-6 and is now dangerously close to falling out of the playoff picture.
The Adamson Lady Falcons likewise snatched a crucial victory over the De La Salle Lady Archers. Final score 78-70 in favor of Adamson to stay in the thick of the Final Four race. The Lady Falcons set the tone early and eventually led by as many as 15 points. Cheska Apag finished with 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. The Adamson bench also came alive with 43 markers, 17 coming from Kemi Adesina. The Lady Archers were without leading scorer Kyla Go after she accumulated 2 unsportsmanlike fouls in their previous games. Adamson improves to a 6-7 record, good for solo 4th in the standings. LaSalle slips to 4-8 as its own playoff hopes continue to fade.
Meanwhile, in other news, 3 foreign players who hope to suit up for Gilas Pilipinas in the future attend a hearing to get their naturalization process going. The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas or SBP shared photos of former San Miguel import Benny Boatwright, ex-UP Funny Maroons big man Malik Diouf, and American forward Elizabeth Means at the House of Representatives. Boatwright in particular will see his process resumed after the idea was first introduced last year. Diouf, a UAAP champion and MVP, has been repping the country in 3x3 tournaments. Means, meanwhile, played college ball in Westminster University and just finished her first pro season in Ecuador. The House website says that the 3 bills for the naturalization of these players are now pending with the Committee on Justice. These will have to hurdle through 3 hearings, each in both the House and the Senate, before they are sent to the office of the President for signature and his final approval.
From the hard court to the pitch, the Philippine men's football team repeats over the Maldives in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. Jefferson Tabinas got the Filipinos on the board with a header in the 24th minute. Sandro Reyes then doubled the lead in the 37th after finding the back of the net off a Harvey Gayoso short cross. Neither team was able to score in the second half, and the Philippines held on for the 2-0 win. The country defeated Maldives back in March 4-1. Despite its latest victory, the Philippines lost its lead in Group A of the standings. Tajikistan moved to number 1 after a dominant 5-0 victory over Timor-Leste. This means that while both countries have 4 wins and 1 draw, Tajikistan is on top due to a superior goal difference. Only the top team of each group advances to the main tournament. The Philippines and Tajikistan will next face each other in March 2026. The Philippines will need a win to reach the continental tournament for just the 2nd time in history. Coming up, the future of Philippine athletics is shining bright. We tell you more about their perfect medal haul from the 2025 Southeast Asia Athletics Youth Championships in Indonesia. You're watching Play-by-Play here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. The preliminaries of the 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference will come to a close tomorrow with a trio of big matches that will affect seeding in the upcoming quarterfinals. The triple header will take place at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. Action will start at 1:30 p.m. with the Capital One Solar Spikers facing the winless Galleries Tower High-Risers. Capital One currently 8th in the standings, but a win can help them get a higher placement. At 4 p.m., the Farm Fresh Foxies will battle the Cherry Tigo EV Crossovers. Farm Fresh is currently 3rd, but can end up in the top 2 with a victory. Lastly, at 6:30 p.m., the PLDT high-speed hitters face the Petrogas Angels. PLDT still in that race for the top seed. Petrogas is currently 7th, but is also fighting for a better placement. You can catch the games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and on the Pilipinas Live app.
All NBA lineup for you again. Tonight's highlight reel. Let's start with the Lakers against the Jazz. Welcome back to LeBron James. The pass by Reeves to the King for 3. Welcome back to the King. Age is just a number according to LeBron James. And that is, believe it or not, LeBron's first basket in his record-setting 23rd NBA season. Woo! Grabe, halos kaedad lang natin LeBron, naglalaro pa at a high level. King James finally making his season debut after missing the Lakers' entire preseason and also the first 14 games of the regular season. Sabi niya, because of sciatica, or old age, a.k.a. LBJ had a double-double, 11 points, 12 assists, in 30 minutes of action for the Lakers. Up next, from the father to the son, same game. Ito naman, punta tayo kay Bronny for 3! Bang! 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 And look at the father. King James happy and the fans as well. Yes, it was garbage time, under 3 minutes to play with the Lakers up 130 to 113. Doesn't matter because still Bronny James chipping in 3 points, 2 assists. And the Lakers roll past the Jazz here 140 to 126. Okay, let's go. From the Lakers, let's go to the Warriors against the Magic. Woo! In Orlando. Grabe, in Florida. Of course, siyempre, Draymond Green. Jimmy Butler. Making magic here with that alley-oop. Draymond, as you know, great passer. Good cut there, avoiding Desmond Bane. Naiwan ni Jimmy Bucket. Si Desmond Bane, great cut to the basket. Behind the back, slam there, alley-oop. Green, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Butler, 33 points, 7 boards, 4 assists. But the Warriors, though, come up short. They've been struggling as of late. They lose to the Magic, 121 to 113. Up next, let's go to the Pistons against the Hawks in Atlanta. Woo! Look at that slam off the Dyson Daniels inbounds pass. Onyeka Okongwu with a rack attack. And look at the Hawks there. That bench loving that slam against 2 defenders, against Stewart and Cade Cunningham too. Okongwu says, no problem, I got it. The big man off Atlanta with 23 points, but the Hawks unfortunately lose to the red-hot Pistons 120 to 112 in this one. Lastly, let's go to the Spurs against the Grizzlies. No Victor Wembanyama. Fox says, I got you! Windmill with the left there. The Aaron Fox, the lefty, of course, with a strong hand. Cherry on top for the San Antonio Spurs, as the Aaron Fox says, I got this covered even without Wemby in play, sitting out a few weeks. De'Aaron Fox has it in control. Spurs cruised and top scored, by the way, 26 points for De'Aaron Fox. Spurs beat the Grizzlies 111 to 101. Spurs getting by without the alien and without Stephon Castle too, who are both out with their respective muscle strains.
And before we go, we want to congratulate the Philippine athletics team for their perfect medal haul in Indonesia. The Philippines' 12-athlete delegation to the Southeast Asia Under-18 and Under-20 Athletics Championships in Medan delivered a 100% podium finish. The young athletes brought home a total of 16 medals. That includes 11 gold, 4 silver, and 1 bronze as Team Philippines finished 3rd overall in the regional meet. Among those bringing home the gold are Francine Joby Rosario, who won the under-18 girls 200 meters in 24.67 seconds. Maria Lynette Libranda, who added another title in the under-18 girls 400-meter hurdles with a time of 1 minute and 4.93 seconds. And Geraldine Rodriguez, who ruled the under-20 women's 400 meters after clocking 56.31 seconds. Again, a huge congratulations to our athletics team.
Congratulations. Grabe. Ba talaga? You know, it's just amazing. If you, whenever you hear medal hauls, Philippines, napakahusay. Makes you really, really proud na alam mong the Philippines is in a great spot. Kumbaga, future looks bright.
Yes.
In the world of sports. Kahit ano pa yan, in athletics lalo
And
na yan.
papalapit na ang SEA Games, so we are going to be talking about a lot more Philippine medals.
Sana, puro gold. That's it. That's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. But do catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Chaska Liton Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Good night.